Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle McKissick, and I am so happy to announce today that I am enthusiastically considering the opportunity to serve as your next mayor of this great city of Memphis. Many of you know me as the chair of the Memphis Shelby County Schools Board, where I've served as a school board member for 4 years, and I was recently reelected. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about who's standing next to me today. Right here, my wonderful family. They know me as wife, as mom, as daughter. And I just want to tell you a little bit about them because they have been so instrumental in helping me get to this point today. First of all, I want to acknowledge my incredibly supportive, amazing husband of 28 years, John. Thank you so much. And then I have 4 amazing children as well, but I only have 2 of them present today. My daughter, Bliss, my son, Everett, who leaves for Japan just next week for study abroad. And I have 2 other sons, John in Chicago and Peter at the United States Naval Academy. So they are there watching from afar, but they're very much here with me in spirit. Last but certainly not least, I want to share with you that I have my mom here with me today. And I would be nowhere without my mother. She loves to say she's a proud graduate of the Douglas High School class of 1956 right here in Memphis. And she and my father are the ones who helped shape me and my 4 siblings, 2 of whom 3 are here today. My sister flew in from Chicago, my brother Todd, and brother Gaius. So I want to thank all of my family because you can't do any of this working in public life as a public servant without the support of family. So I want to share with you a little bit about what brought me here today, what brought us here today. I want to talk to you about what I hope is next. Though I proudly serve as the chair of the Memphis Shelby County Schools Board, today I offer myself up to lead a conversation about the focus that I believe our great city of Memphis should look for in our next mayor. First, let's start with the number 1 challenge that we all face: public safety in our neighborhoods. Every person in our city deserves to feel safe. And let me say that again. Every person in our city deserves to feel safe. It doesn't matter what zip code you live in. It doesn't matter if you were born here, moved here, have the wisdom of 80 plus years, or the innocence of an 8-year-old child. Every person in the city deserves to feel safe. And I want to say that because I know there are a lot of people watching on Facebook right now. And I'm speaking to you right now. This isn't just a press media availability. This is for all of Memphis that's out there. I'm considering the opportunity to serve as the next mayor of the city of Memphis because I believe it's time we have a conversation about what that statement really means for our community, for all the residents here. Let me be clear. Memphis deserves a robust police force that is equipped to serve a major urban city. I want a properly funded police force with a high degree of accountability, transparency, and community trust. Just like you'll hear every candidate say when they enter this race. But I also want to have a conversation about providing our police officers with some help. If you speak to them, like I did yesterday, I have a neighbor across the street, his name is Chris, and he's a police officer, works for MPD. And they'll tell you that this is scary, this is daunting. They pray that they make it home safely to their partner and their children every day. They're struggling as they try to patrol our streets with long hours and troubling crime that we've seen peak in recent weeks. Our police officers, they need our help. That's why I'm exploring a run for mayor of Memphis, because I want to lead a conversation where we talk openly about all of the tools in the mayor's tool belt. Tools that will allow him or her, yeah, I said that, allow her as well, to stop crime before it starts. Let's have a conversation about after-school programs, summer camps, and summer jobs, and what it will take to make sure that these opportunities are communicated to the children who need them the most. Every child in Memphis should have an opportunity to register for constructive and safe things to do when they are out of the classroom and when their parents are at work. Let's also talk about how it feels when you drive through a community with manicured lawns, paved streets, and an active neighborhood association. Then let's talk about how it feels when you drive through a neighborhood that local government abandoned long ago. Every community deserves to feel hopeful, empowered, and like a valued member of this city. We all benefit when every resident carries a sense of civic pride and responsibility. I'm ready to have that conversation, and I believe that Memphis is ready to have that conversation. Every person in our community deserves to feel safe, as I've said before. For the people in our city who have felt the pain of the last few weeks, the family members left behind after senseless shootings, the members of our community who fear simply running an errand or just simply going for a run, or for the victims of rape who have had to relive injustice again and again. I hear you and will continue to listen over the next several weeks as I make my decision. You deserve to feel safe. It's hard to talk about public safety without talking about educating our future workforce. We can talk about specific needs like Blue Oval City we've heard so much about, or the shortage of professionals entering the trades. I'm sure the other candidates for mayor, they will raise many of these concerns. However, I believe that the concerns of our key employers and recruiting new employers will be addressed when we have a conversation about the gaps in our talent pipeline. What keeps our workforce from accessing jobs, showing up consistently and on time, helping businesses grow while making a comfortable living for their family? Is it access to transit? Let's have the conversation about prioritizing routes to support our largest employers. Is it access to relevant skills training? Let's do all we can to incentivize our residents getting specialized training after high school for jobs tied to growing industries. Right here in Memphis, you'll find some of the very best colleges and universities and vocational apprenticeship programs in the entire state. But let's also talk about our children. I serve over 110,000 of the most brilliant folks in our community. And don't get me started on the amazing teachers who are educating our children. They are our hometown heroes. The amazing things happening in our classrooms tell me that Memphis will soar. But we need to have a conversation about the role the city of Memphis can play outside of the classroom. I believe it's a great one. And last but not least, I'm prepared to lead a conversation about a unified Memphis. We all know that there is no better place to be than at a Memphis Grizzlies game when we're up by 20, beating the Golden State Warriors. The energy, the excitement, the optimism, and the audacity, that is Memphis. When we're in the FedEx Forum, it doesn't matter if you're from Westwood, or you're from Orange Mound, or you're from Cherokee Heights, where I grew up, or from downtown Memphis, or even from Douglas, where my mom grew up. It's the rare place where our business community at the FedEx Forum can meet up with community advocates, entertainment industry, and working families. That's where they all come together, and we're all on the same side. If I run for mayor, I can promise you this: I'm going to lead a conversation. And with the residents from each and every stretch and corner of our community, who I know all share one common goal. We're all rooting for Memphis. We're all ready for Memphis to win. I want to be there, right there with you. I'm Michelle McKissick, and again, I'm ready to lead a conversation about the role of our next mayor for Memphis, a city that I love so deeply, and I fiercely believe in.